What happens when you take 3 classic Italian soups and put them all into the same bowl? Well, you're bound to piss some purist off, but you're gonna make something delicious. Stick around. So we got 3 classic Italian restaurant soups. We got Stracciatelli, the one with the egg and the cheese. We got tortellini soup, which is kind of self-explanatory. It's soup with tortellini in it. And Italian wedding soup, which if you've never had Italian wedding soup, you will probably never at a real Italian wedding, which means you're not a good fella. But, you know, it's a good soup, so check it out. A lot of delis have it. And it's little meatballs with little pasta and a chicken broth and some spinach or some other green leafy vegetable. It's delicious. Trust me, we're going to put all 3 of those soups together in one bowl. It's going to be amazing. Let's get it done.
Now, the first thing we're going to do is make our meatballs. Now, you can use frozen meatballs if you'd like. I don't recommend that. Ground pork, plain ground pork. You can use sausage, ground sausage meat, but outside of the casing, you know what I mean? If that's the case, then don't season it. But this is ground pork. I ground it myself. And to this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of SPG seasoning. SPG seasoning, if you're not familiar, is salt, pepper, garlic. 3 parts salt, 2 parts garlic, 1 part pepper. Black pepper, fresh ground. We're going to mix that up with our hands or our feet, if that's your thing. But we're going to just mix it up, and that's it. That's all that goes into this. We're going to mix it up so it's homogeneous. So everything's in there. Look at that. Everything's mixed. Now it's time to form our balls. I'm using a disher that's about 1 teaspoon in size. As you scoop it out, if you're going to do it this method, look at that, it's about a teaspoon. If you're going to use this method, don't worry about them being perfectly sized. We're going to go back and round them off and smooth them out. And we need to make our balls nice. You don't want like shaggy balls. You want them nice. So we're going to dish all these out. This is 1.5 pounds of ground pork. It's going to make about 60 of these little meatballs. Look at them. Look at them. Look at my balls. I got to stop. I really do. I don't want to, but I have to. So now you just pick them up, roll them up real quick, make sure they're even, and that's it. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be a little smooth. This way they look uniform and nice. There we go. Got all of them done. Don't forget to wash your hands because you're now greasy. Perfect balls. Now I'm going to slide those into a 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes. And then when they're done, they look like that. We're just going to let these off to the side while we get our soup ready. Look at those balls. They're delicious. They really are. It's like the perfect amount of seasoning. So in a 5-quart or 5.5-quart stock pot, nice big pot, this recipe is good for 4 very hungry people. We have 3 quarts or 12 cups of high-quality chicken stock. Make your own if you'd like. I was lazy tonight, and this is in a box. It's good stuff. Make sure you season it, though, with some salt and some freshly ground pepper. Use your Mickey Mouse pepper mill if you have one. If you don't have a Mickey Mouse one, just use whatever you have. But fresh ground pepper is always the way to go. When you buy the pre-ground stuff, it loses its potency really, really quick. So if you can have if you have a grinder, use your grinder. It's better. So put as much pepper as you'd like. This is strictly to taste. I like a lot. So now in a medium-sized bowl, we're going to add 6 freshly cracked eggs. Beautiful eggs. And to the eggs, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of dry or 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. You want to use less when it's dried because it's more potent. And then we're going to add some freshly ground black pepper out of our Mickey Mouse pepper grinder. And then 1 heaping cup of your cheese of choice. I have a preference for Pecorino Romano, but you could use Parmaggiano Reggiano. You could use Grana Padano. Just use the best quality you can find and afford, and if you can shred it or grate it yourself, even better. I do this with the food processor. It works perfectly. We're going to give that a nice whisking. Make sure it's all combined. Make sure the eggs are all combined. This is the stracciatella part. Stracciatella, or stracciatella, however you want to pronounce it, means torn rags, which is crazy because that's kind of what it looks like. So now that our stock is boiling, we're going to add our balls. We got to get our balls wet so they go in. And then we're going to add 2 10-ounce packages of cheese tortellini. If you want to make it yourself, go for it. This is store-bought refrigerated. I don't really care for the dried kind, but store-bought refrigerated, 2 10-ounce packages. Cook according to package instructions. In my case, it was 3 minutes. So we're going to boil these for exactly 3 minutes. And then once that's done, then we add our eggs. This soup is absolutely amazing. Amazing. I amazed myself. So now that it's a nice boil, we're at the 3-minute mark. We're going to turn our stove off and we're going to remove the pot from the heat. We don't want it to be on the heat when we add the egg and cheese mixture. So we take it off the heat and then we just gently whisk it in. There's enough residual heat in there that it's going to fully cook that egg. It's going to steam up our camera. This could be like, we could make an interesting video out of this right now. But then very quickly it will come back into focus. The egg is cooked. We have that stracciatella, that torn rags, if you will, look. And these flavors just pop unbelievably. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Mmm. All right, so now we're going to plate it up. We're going to get our finest Hello Kitty soup mug. We're going to put in a nice handful of spinach. I have no measurement for the spinach, just however much you like. You like a little, put a little. You like a lot, put a lot. Then ladle your soup on top. Get excited and spill it on the plate like a slob, because that's what I do. And there you go. This is like the Italian version of egg drop soup with everything in it. That is beautiful.
You know, this is such a quick, easy, if you take the shortcuts I talked about, this is really easy, a nice quick weeknight meal. The whole family's gonna love you for making. Let's get a nice spoon here. We get some tortellini, some spinach, some meatball. Get everything on one spoon. Look at that. That is so delicious. I don't want to burn my mouth. Wow. Mmm. Wow. Wow. That is so good. So good. Wow. It's like mind blown. The cheese, the spinach. The spinach is my favorite part, which is weird because you figure pork is, because that's my favorite vegetable. Those meatballs are seasoned perfectly. They're so delicious. Everything just comes together, and it's so quick how it comes together. It blows my mind. All right, like blah. So make this for your family. They will love you for it. I will love you if you smash that like button. I'll love you even more if you're subscribed and you smash that like button. But I love you anyway. So if you want to see me make something, drop it down in the comments. I take suggestions. If you want to tell me that I suck, drop it down in the comments. That's cool too. But I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next one.